is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Following strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Following strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Following strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Following strong language.
Yeah, hi-yo. Welcome in. It's been a while since I've had to pull out the old PNG, but for some reason my OBS just doesn't see my model, but you know, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. You know, it takes less energy to use a PNG, and also I don't have to worry about like having proper lighting in my room. This way I can play this game in the complete darkness of my room and really get immersed in the atmosphere. So I haven't played this game before. It was about a month ago, actually. I can't believe it. Time has moved so fast. Yeah, it's already been a month, I think, since I played this. But so if you're interested in seeing my initial reactions to it, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, link down below. Little plug. It is my own stream, but yeah. I hope everyone's doing well this evening. I haven't been streaming lately because I've been really sick. So basically I've been playing a lot of Metaphor. I actually finished it over time off stream. It was my sick game. Welcome in, an okay guy. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great evening. Oh, don't call me Mr. Sound. That's my father's name. No, it's kidding. But yeah, so that's why I haven't been streaming lately, which I do feel bad for, because, you know, there are a lot of people who are subscribed to me, so when I'm not streaming, when I'm not producing any content, I feel really bad. Besides the collabs and stuff, like, I still appear for those despite being super sick, because I don't want to break off any prior engagements and whatnot. I hate canceling streams, but we're back, and I'm hoping to I'll do my best to be more consistent. I know I say this all the time, but me streaming at this hour, this late at night, is going to be the first of many upcoming streams, I hope. Okay, now don't call me Mr. Sounding, okay? Thank you for being first to stream, by the way, an okay guy. But yes, just a little quick history lesson for those of you who don't know what Otogirisou is. It is one of Chunsoft's first games ever. Before Spike and Chunsoft combined to become one. There was a company called Chunsoft, and basically their main role was to collaborate with Enix, before Square Enix, collaborate with Enix to develop Dragon Quest, and they actually helped with Dragon Quest all the way up to Dragon Quest V. So their first game that they developed by themselves was Otogirisou, which they tried to revolutionize, and they coined the term sound novel, which unfortunately did not catch on. Nowadays we call them visual novels, but they thought of a game that could be enjoyed by casual gamers where it requires very little like input. All you have to do is read the game and make choices. And despite how we know visual novels to be now, Otogirisou was not very popular at the start, but it did gain traction over time because there wasn't very many horror games on the market. And I rarely play horror games, but I want to really try my best to get through this game and show you guys how cool it is. Like for the, you know, the merits, I guess, and just to really challenge myself. It was really tough playing it the last time I played it, because I'm really bad with horror, but bear with me, you guys, and I hope you guys have fun alongside my journey. Yes, they made Door. That game looks really cool, actually. I want to try that one as well. How scary this game can be? I don't know. I got really immersed. I'm so bad with horror, but just a quick like summary of what I've experienced so far. The premise is that you're on a trip with your girlfriend Nami, and along this trip your car breaks down, I guess, in the middle of a storm, and the only nearby shelter that they could find is this spooky, scary mansion in the middle of the forest. So they go inside, and nobody's answering them. It's very strange. There's a weird green glowing cat. The armored knights move, you know, that kind of thing. It's really, really strange. And I got to the point where they decide to take a shower because, you know, it was raining outside. They're really dirty and whatnot. Taking a shower in someone else's house is such a bad idea. They're so dumb, but you got to be dumb in a horror movie to make it scary, right? Otherwise, if you're too smart, they wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. But there was one point where we were looking at the mirror, and we saw our girlfriend behind us talking to us. But the problem is, she shouldn't have been in the same room. It's kind of spooky, it's kind of scary. There are moments where we did get separated. So I'm willing to bet that is not our girlfriend anymore. Another strange thing is that there's a lot of parts about the mansion that our girlfriend seems to be familiar with, despite you know, she should never have been here before. So that's basically the gist of what we're dealing with right now. We're trying to find the owner, figure out what we're doing, like who owns this place, like why is it here? There's like some weird signs of life, but also there's signs that no one lives here. It's so strange. So another thing about this game, it's very similar to those choose your own adventure titles. It's not a linear story. There are a lot of different choices you can make that leads you to an ending. And in fact, this game wants you to replay it. Upon replaying it, you obtain new options, so you can unlock more endings and such and such. So I have no idea how long this game is. I'm hoping it's not too long, but I'm willing to go through the ride. There is like a secret ending if you get every single one. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Anyways, enough dilly-dally, shilly-shallying. Let's get right into it. Okay, there we go. I was scared that my mouse wasn't working. So we named our character Arts. We're at page 297, apparently. We're only on loop 1, of course. I played like an hour of it last time. So here we go. Start. Oh, fuck! I hate dolls. I hate dolls. Anyways. Well, shall we keep exploring? Okay. We came downstairs, and Nami was still a little faint. These doors are suspicious. There are some doors at the front entrance. Maybe the woman in the white dress went in here. I opened the doors. If there is one game from Chunsoft, like since you mentioned Door, I'm very interested in playing Machi. I'm super interested. It sounds like such an incredible game. Their idea was that they thought that filming real life actors would make the production quicker, but in actuality it made it so much more difficult because back then you would photos aren't like instantly like, you know, cleaned up or whatever. You had to wait for them to what's the word? I feel so old trying to explain this because I feel like maybe most people don't understand now since they have cameras on their phones. But you would have to wait for photos to finish, like generate. I don't know the word. I forgot the word. I'm so bad at words. But yeah, you'd have to take pictures and then wait for it, and then you'd have to like digitally scan each individual image and then put that in the game. It was a mess. But it's so cool. They originally like planned on making it have like 100 protagonists, but they ended up whittling it down to I think 8 or 6 or something like that. Um, but it's still really fascinating because they wanted you to feel like every character in that game could possibly like exist and have their have their own lives in the world and stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling. Oh boy. The long, narrow, dark space inside continued to the back. It's like a tunnel. Candlesticks lined the bare stone walls. I turned on my flashlight. A door was at the back. Nami muttered, "Are you gonna open that?" "Yeah." "It's just like the front entrance." So then, only time itself is going backwards. She said with a straight face. This hallway is a tunnel back to the past. What are you trying to say? Without minding her, I went to the back. We could feel the wind through the slats in the door, and the floor nearby was soaking wet. This should lead outside. I opened the door. Gah! Suddenly something cold was dangling from our faces. It was ivy, wet from the rain. I made my way through it. A balcony was facing the backyard. Wooden scaffolding was under it, but it looked worn out from years of neglect. A table made of rotten wood was in the center. 3 deck chairs, each facing a random direction, were scattered around it. A wisteria trellis above us now only had ivy hanging from it, like the entrance to a haunted house. The rain's already stopped. Cold water from the ivy dripped onto our faces and shoulders. What an entrance! Oh, what an entrance! I said that sarcastically, but it looked like Nami didn't hear me. Suddenly, she took my hand and pointed at a pillar, supporting the trellis. Hey, Isn't something glowing? Oh, there is. There was a faint yellow light on the bottom of the pillar, which looked like a long, thin silhouette. It was neither a burning fire nor an electric light. I got the feeling it was a quiet, glistening light. Could it be Princess Kaguya? I thought you said. We walked up to the pillar. What? It's fluorescent paint. There are 2 horizontal lines, each about as thick as a finger, with a little space in between. But why in a place like this? I bent down and pointed the light at the bottom line. The original paint on the base of the wood pillar had dried like a scab. The fluorescent paint was painted on top of it, in straight lines. I looked more closely, and there were scratch marks from something like a nail. To the right of the deep horizontal scratch marks were what looked like engraved letters. What? Something's written here. I concentrated on it. But the old paint was uneven and hard to make out. Nami said, I can make it out if I peel off the paint. She started peeling off the visible layer of paint with her fingernails. Interestingly, it became clearer as she crisply peeled it away. The texture of the wood pillar became exposed before our very own eyes. Engraved there was Nami. I felt like something awful started to build up in my stomach. Nami saw it, stopped for a moment, and immediately started peeling the paint again. Hey, Nami? I tapped her shoulder from behind, but she ignored me and intently peeled off the paint. Eventually, she had mostly peeled off the top layer of the fluorescent paint, revealing a 10 centimeter tall section of the old paint. There were 4 engraved lines, 2 above a small space, 2 below, and to the side of each were the names Nami, Naomi, Naomi, Nami. Nami slowly turned back to me. Her expression was stiff. It's a comparison of heights. Huh? Oh, that's right. I wonder who Naomi is. Huh? I'm Nami. But it says Naomi. Hey, what are you saying? I exaggeratedly hit her shoulder. Isn't it the name of a child here? Come on, you're worrying too much. I wonder. That's it. It's a coincidence. What's the matter? It isn't like you to look so gloomy. I hope you're right, but... Hey, maybe that person you said was in a white dress. Yeah? Did she look like me? Oh, I hate that. I hate that sound they make. I hate that sound they make when they say those lines. Or, dude. No. I couldn't see her face. I see. Various doubts filled my head. Why was Nami in a place like this? Who was Naomi? What did Nami mean when she asked that? I'm going to ask. Nami. She was zealously looking at the marks for the comparison of heights. Her complexion was poor. At any rate, it seemed best to leave this place. Hey, let's go inside. We already took a shower, and we'll just get wet again from the dripping water. But Nami's expression was still gloomy. I brought my mouth close to Nami's ear. Or next time, we'll go in together? Don't be ridiculous. She finally smiled a little. Well, let's go. Okay. I took Nami's hand and started walking to the slatted door. I looked back before passing through it. Spots of the remaining fluorescent paint shined in the corner of the dark balcony. Oh my god. Let's check those rooms. There are rooms we still hadn't gone to in the left of the mansion. I headed towards them. Do you think it's open? I stood at the door and pulled the knob. It's dark. All you could see was a lit candle in the corner of the room. The switch was nearby on the wall. I turned on the lights. The chandelier on the ceiling was dazzling. What a huge room. Hey, isn't that a piano? Nami pointed to the rear right corner of the room. It really is. It's a piano hall. We went inside. The whole exterior wall facing the backyard was made of glass. In the daytime, the scenery from here must be wonderful. But now, the deep black of the glass was like a mirror, just reflecting the inside of the room. Before I noticed, Nami was standing at the piano and hitting the keys. Nami, you can play the piano? I won't say I can play it well, but I like its sound. Hey, what song is that? I don't know. I don't know either the title or the composer. Did someone teach you? No. I only know the song from a long time ago. I don't remember when I heard it. I'm a little puzzled myself. Well, that kind of thing happens often. Suddenly, Nami stopped playing. What's wrong? You're done already? Nami was looking over my shoulder at something. Hey, that? I turned around. There was a portrait on the wall. A woman about 30 years old was wearing Japanese-style clothes. Long, loosely braided hair hung from her left shoulder to her chest. A distant mountain range was in the background. She was holding wildflowers near her chest. I said it's a painting. Yes, I can see that. Hey, don't you notice something? Nami flashed a challenging smile. I was startled. Had someone famous painted it? I had no clue what she had in mind. Oh, these flowers are Otogirisou. Oh, now that you mention it, they are. Oh, anything else you see? Doesn't she look like me? I knew it. I knew she was gonna say that. Huh? That was abrupt. I carefully re-examined the woman in the painting. At first glance, I didn't know what Nami meant by that. The makeup and the whole painting, for that matter, felt old-fashioned. It was hard connecting her to Nami, a modern woman. But the longer I looked at it, maybe the eyes and jawline were similar. Just as I thought that, I noticed something else. When Nami slightly tilts her head and smiles, she tends to stick out her chin a little. It throws off the left-right balance of her face, and can make her look subtly ugly if she's unlucky. What the fuck? My girlfriend is ugly. It gave me the uneasy impression that she was like a baby that couldn't hold its head up. I really like her smile, but I always felt afraid that something most precious would break whenever she smiled. What does he mean by this? I had the exact same fear about the smile of the woman in the painting. The superficial resemblance surprised me, but the similar gestures and facial expressions, among others, surprised me even more. But since I felt creeped out, I lied. Not at all. There's no resemblance at all. You don't think so? Nami slightly smiled and turned her head. The exact resemblance, I felt like my spine had frozen. But Nami, there's no way you're this beautiful. Fuck that music! I looked away and shook off her gaze. So, I'm just a horrible, ugly woman. Nami stood up and violently struck the piano. I didn't say that you're ugly. Should we play something else? Fuck, I'm so scared. You just said it right now. I didn't say that. You did. I mixed up the voices. I'm not okay right now. Nami was pouty and angry. I said no, that's not why. Relieved that Nami's expression didn't resemble the woman's anymore, I smiled in spite of myself. I said it. What are you smiling about? I won't play the piano for you anymore. She turned away. Then the wind blew. Fuck you. Oh no. I think the curtain shook. The fire of the candle on the piano spread out over the whole thin curtain in an instant. Kya! The burning curtain covered Nami's face. Nami! I dragged the curtain away in a panic. One by one, the metal hooks on the curtain rail popped off. I threw the flaming curtain to the floor and frantically trampled it with my feet. The fire was strong, but thankfully the curtain cloth was thin. I managed to put out the fire without spreading it too far. Whew, that fire almost got out of control. Nami, are you okay? She didn't respond. Her back was turned, standing in front of the wall. What's the matter? Did you get burned somewhere? When I asked her that, she slowly nodded without turning back to me. Oh no. Where? Where did it burn you? The face. Huh? Surprised, I got close and Nami slightly pointed to the woman in the painting. The paint melted from the heat when the curtain shook and the right half of the woman's face was hideously burned. Oh, what? That's what you meant. You surprised me. I thought for sure you'd been. I smiled at her relief, but Nami suddenly started blurting out something strange. Mother? Older sister? Older sister? I didn't know what she was talking about. Nami's supposed to be an only child. I was perplexed when her body suddenly shook and ran towards the exit. Where are you going? I rushed to grab her arm. Let go! I have to find that mummy! The mummy? The mummy in that wheelchair. Yes, so let me go. Nami frantically struggled to break free. Calm down, Nami. What's the matter? Let go! I won't. At least calm down. I strongly grabbed her shoulders and fixed my gaze right at her. What did you mean by that? Explain yourself. I was in this house a long time ago. I lived here. I've never heard that story before. A long time ago? When? I don't know, but I know it was when I was very young. Together with my mother, father, and older sister. An older sister. Nami, aren't you an only child? She whispered, No, I had an older sister. Why did you hide that until now? You never told me. I wasn't hiding it. I would never hide something like that from you. But I only just remembered it now. It's a great shock knowing I lived away from my real mother. That's what I found out. I remembered. Her lips were shaking. Sorry, it's just like you said it. It's just like you said it was like you were hiding something. I apologized, but I couldn't immediately believe her story. By chance, we entered the mansion that Nami used to live in long ago. But Nami, it's not that I don't believe you, but aren't you mistaken? Look, strange things have happened since we came here. Are you seeing things from being tired? No, I'm not seeing things. Nami shook her head. It's hazy, but it's gradually coming back to me. But if that was really true, Hey, Art-san! Nami looked up at me and looked like she was asking for help. What should we do? I think that mummy is either my mother or older sister. Hey, what should I do? I don't know what to say. Nami shivered and looked down. I may have done something I can't take back. Art-san! I know, it takes me out of it every time, because I forgot that they asked me to put in my name at the start of the game. Something you can't take back. What did you? I still can't remember what, but I did something. Something to my older sister. But I still can't remember what that something was. That mummy. I have to look for that mummy. Nami shakily headed for the hallway. I said. Wait, Nami. Let's rest a little on the sofa. It isn't too late to do that, right? Holding Nami's shoulders, I brought her to the foyer and sat her down on the sofa. You're tired. All kinds of strange things have happened, so you should lie down here and rest a little. Art-san, I'm scared. It's like I'm a different person now. Hey, what should I do? How should I apologize to my sister? What will happen when I do? You don't have an older sister. It's fine. You'll calm down after a little rest. I'll be by your side, so sleep a little. But... Nami strongly grabbed my arm. It's fine. I'll stay here. I put my hand on her eyelids. Close your eyes. Slowly breathe in and out. I think I managed to calm Nami down. I slowly whispered to her in a low voice, like casting a spell. It's okay. Don't worry about anything. Stay calm. Little by little, her heavy breathing became calm. Before long, she was leaning her head on my shoulder. You're asleep? No reply. Straining my ears, I only heard her lightly breathing in her sleep. The foyer was quiet, as if nothing was happening. It's okay. You're thinking of strange things, since you're tired. That's all. Lots of strange things have happened. But when we welcome the morning, I think it will all resolve itself. I softly stroked Nami's hair and placed my cheek on her head. Good night, Nami. I closed my eyes, and everything was peaceful again. I could only hear Nami breathing in her sleep. Before I knew it, I also fell into a deep sleep. This is such a bad idea. I'm so scared. Oh no. When I opened my eyes, Nami wasn't there. Nami. I got up from the sofa. Something moved upstairs. Nami? I called out. But no reply. I went up the stairs. Oh, fuck. I didn't see anyone. Which room did she go into? That's weird. I looked down to the foyer again. What? I turned around at a sudden sound and an empty wheelchair was rapidly chasing me from behind. Ah! I dodged it by a hair. Someone tried to kill me with a wheelchair. The wheelchair crashed into the handrail of the stairs. If it hit me, I might have rolled down the stairs with it. But I noticed something else. The instant I turned around, I caught a glance of the person who thrust the wheelchair at me. But she looked exactly like Nami. No way, Nami. If it was her, that was an inexcusable joke. Had she lost her mind and gone crazy? I happened to notice some kind of shiny silver object in the wheelchair seat. It was a wrench. Oh, this is mine. Packing tape was rolled around it, and Arts was written on it. It was from the toolbox in my car. This thing, who... Then a nearby door opened. Oh, Nami. She had a vacant look on her face. Hey, I was worried. I ran up to her. Then she went back into the room without looking at me and shut the door. Hey! I ran up and opened the door. Nami was on a bed in the right corner and covering her face. What's the matter? Nami! Without even looking up, she pointed at a desk. It looked like she was crying. A single photo was on the desk. The old sepia photo showed two girls, both about 3 years old, standing together wearing the same white blouse. They were wearing the same clothes, but their faces were so similar that they could have been the same person. Were they identical twins? What did Nami think when she saw it? I guessed everything. But I deliberately asked her, "What's wrong with this?" She looks like me. I heard Nami's muffled sobs through the bed sheets. Where? I don't see any resemblance at all. Look closely. Look closely with me. Look closely with me. These children won't grow up to be nearly as beautiful as you. No, don't give me that. What do you mean? The name tags on their chests. Name tags? Name tags were on the girl's chest. Each was Nami and Naomi. But this is a coincidence. I was hesitating and Nami looked up. Then the moment our eyes met, she suddenly covered her face with her hands and ran out of the room. What the hell was going on? I was stunned after what happened just now. Was it really true that, like she said, she lived here a long time ago with an older sister? Okay, that wasn't Nami from earlier, but her older sister, Naomi. If they were twins, it wouldn't be odd that they looked exactly alike. But why? Why would Nami's older sister tamper with the car and attack me? Does she have a grudge or something against us? Come to think of it, I remembered what happened in the bathroom. If Naomi was to blame for that too. I didn't know why she had a grudge against us, but in any case, it definitely seemed like she was trying to harm us. I became worried for Nami's sake. Nami! I went out to the hallway. The door to the room in the back of the mansion had just closed. Maybe it was Naomi's room. I walked towards it, but I happened to look down and saw wet footprints continuing to another room. Then there were the sounds of a piano from below. Why in the world is Nami? Holy shit. What do we pick? They all sound viable. Maybe we go to the hallway of the door that just closed. I ran through the hallway to the door that just closed. Mysteriously, nobody was inside. Strange. I'm sure I saw somebody come in here earlier. I looked in the wardrobe, under the bed, under the desk, and more or less all the places a person could hide inside. But just as I thought, nobody was here. Suddenly, I noticed an old diary on the desk. Its cover read First Grade in Class 3, and it was filled with a child's clumsy handwriting. This must be Naomi's diary, from around elementary school. Even though I was worried about Nami, I was starting to mix up their names. My curiosity got the better of me, and I started to read it. April 20th, sunny. That's when Shadow Dragon came out. Today, Mom made zinc oxide oil again. She said her usual prayers and rubbed it on my burns. This time, I hope I'll get better. Okay, without continuing, my assumption is that when they were kids, Nami accidentally burned Naomi's face. And maybe because of that, they were separated. And Naomi had to stay in this house for the rest of her life. This time, I hope these burns will go away. April 21st, sunny. Today I applied the medicine again. Mom says I shouldn't worry about my burns so much, but I don't think so. I can't make any friends at school. Other kids say my burns creep them out, so I think I can make friends if my burns heal. I thought, were her burns really that bad? I tried to remember Naomi's face from when she attacked me earlier, but in the spur of the moment I couldn't get a good look in her face. I continued reading the diary. Isn't that strange? I thought they were identical. May 20th, cloudy. Today a boy pulled my hair. I cried and everyone laughed at me. When I came home from school, Mom told me, something's on your back. I asked her to take it off and it was a piece of paper that said, Monster. June 18th, rainy. The medicine is all gone, but I still have these burns. Mom says not to worry because they'll be gone when I'm an adult. But I want friends. I'll always be alone. Okay, so if that's true, then I guess they did go away. The childish writing from here on out became broken. It looked like she occasionally wrote things that she remembered them, but they were all stories of bad memories and unpleasant experiences. She blamed it all on the burns. There was another notebook on the desk. When I opened it, it was another diary, but with an adult's handwriting. June 3rd. As expected, I'm not cured after 1 month of using that medicine. The burns on my forehead persistently remain. When will they go away? When will the day come when I can leave this house? Okay, I'm picking out what they're putting down. Why do I only have burns like these? Why do only I have this unhappy fate? I cut my hair again. July 3rd. Today I found a maternity health record in a drawer and learned that I have a twin sister. I always knew Mother was hiding something. I asked Mother why she was hiding it, but all she said that was my younger sister died young. But I think that's wrong. Mother's still hiding something. Today I turned 20 years old. Oh shit. September 20th. I read Mother's diary and found out the cause of the burns. It was from my younger sister starting a fire. Oh, here it is. Mother says Nami died in that fire. It says Nami died. It says, but I know it's a lie. That must be a typo, right? That's a very confusing. A lie. I know it's a lie. Absolutely a lie. She's still hiding something. September 30th. Mother's still hiding something. Is still hiding something. I ask over and over, but she doesn't respond. Doesn't respond. Maybe it was on purpose, actually. Like, her writing is just getting very sporadic. I asked yesterday, and the day before that, always asking but never getting an answer. I'll ask tomorrow. I'll ask the day after that. I'll ask the day after that. Until she answers, I'll keep asking. October 15th. Mother doesn't speak. She isn't saying anything anymore. She's in her seat and still doesn't say anything. Her eyes don't open. She doesn't say anything. Oh. If she likes not saying anything that much, she can say nothing forever. It's fine if she says nothing forever and ever. I'll look for Nami. November 5th. Mother, why are you not eating? I made this soup for nothing. You've already lost so much weight from not eating anything. I went to the trouble of untying the rope, but you don't eat anything. Oh my god. So she killed herself. Naomi locked her mother in her room. Are you mad at me for locking you up for so long? I don't resent Nami anymore, and even made friends. Friends? Friends? What do you mean friends? You live in a mansion in the middle of nowhere. December 30th. Mother has died from someone locking her in her room. Who did such a cruel thing to her? I've lost my only family. Mother, I am lonely. I want to die. February 14th. 49 days since Mother has passed away. Mother, I was sad for a long time, but I've forgotten that. After all, I have Nami. She must be alive somewhere. I want to meet her soon. When I do, I'll introduce my friends to her. Then we'll get along with everyone. She's my younger sister, and she'll be as happy as me. Nami. Diary ended here. She killed her own mother. I became uneasy. I have to find Nami soon. I turned around and somebody was looking inside through the gap of the door. Who's there? The face immediately disappeared. Was that Naomi just now? I went out to the hallway. The figure just entered the next room. It was that room that has never opened. I grabbed the knob. Whoa. Electricity ran through my whole body. What? There's traps in this house. I couldn't let go of the knob. My vision went pure white and I felt my consciousness fading away. Oh my god. This resident is evil. Nami, you're so cute, Nami. I could hear somebody grumbling. I opened my eyes. The chandelier on the ceiling was dazzling. Oh. I tried to get up, but my hands and feet were bound with rope. I couldn't move. I turned my head and saw yellow flowers. They were Otogirisou. This is a coffin. My hands bound behind me. I was laid in a coffin, covered in Otogirisou. This much hair. It was that voice again. It was just like Nami's voice, but I gently lifted my head and just barely saw outside. Nami was turned to me and sitting in a wheelchair. A woman in a white dress was combing Nami's hair. Could this be Naomi? Her eyes shut. Nami looked either asleep or unconscious. Next, the lipstick. The woman turned to me. I panicked and withdrew my neck. I awkwardly made noise, but my body wasn't cooperating. I'd better pretend to faint again for a while. I held my breath and concentrated on listening to Naomi. I don't know why, but I remembered you. Somewhere I remembered that long ago, in my childhood, there was a girl I always played with. But when I told that to Mother, she lied that the girl had already moved away. When I found out that I had a younger sister, Mother wouldn't let me meet her, because she said my sister had died. What a cruel mother. But I thought, I can definitely meet her someday. So then, I always thought that if we did meet, I would take good care of her. Things like combing her hair, like this, and putting on her makeup. Naomi was really smiling delightfully. Maybe she no longer resents the burns that she wrote about in her diary. But minus my burns, we really do look identical. You know, these burns tormented me until around middle school. My friends teased and bullied me, so I quickly shut myself away from others and became increasingly lonely. So I dropped out of middle school and barely went outside. I lived in this mansion all the time, with just me and Mother. I never had any friends, and these burns are entirely to blame. Suddenly Naomi's tone of voice became violent. I looked up out of surprise. Nami was passed out, and Naomi was behind her back, holding her head. Resisting my anger, I gritted my teeth and stared into space. Naomi was completely unaware that I was looking at them. At any rate, I was surprised again. All I could think of was the two identical faces next to each other. Naomi kept talking about her burns from here. I couldn't tell for sure. Maybe it was now only a mental illness, rather than physical scars. For a moment, Naomi's lips trembled out of anger, but before long she lowered her shoulders with a sigh of relief, and became gentle again. But you know, to make up for not being able to make human friends, I was able to make other kinds of friends. Do you understand? What kinds of friends? Well, I can talk to things like the grass, the flowers, the stars, and the wind. You may not believe me, but it's really true. Believe your older sister. It's wonderful. The countless flowers in the garden talk about love, and the wind and stars recite poems like jewels on cool mornings and quiet nights. Was that what she meant by friends in her diary? She was completely shut in her own world. Don't you think humans are ugly and lamentable? Everything you believe in can come crashing down all at once one day and start to torment you like a mysterious ghost the next. Nami, I know it's your fault I have these burns. I used to resent them long ago. But now, things are different. My friends are not ugly humans, but the trees and flowers, and things that can hear the stars and the wind. Nami, I'm happy. So, I want my younger sister to taste this happiness. The wheelchair started to move. So let's go. It'll be hot only for a moment. Naomi planned to burn Nami, just like how she was. I shouted, "Wait!" Nami faced me. Oh yes, I have to close the coffin. She slowly approached, but I couldn't reach with my hand or stand up. Nami! Open your eyes! Nami! My shouts didn't wake her up. I'm very grateful that you brought Nami right to my side. Sleep well. Naomi forced. Sorry, I need some water. I shouted too much. Naomi forced me to lie down and threw a lit candle into the coffin just before closing the lid. Now, it won't be dark in there. No. Is this where it ends? I can't believe it. That's hot. I twisted my body to avoid the fire. The candle kept burning in the coffin. You're insane! You're trying to burn me alive! Luckily, the fire didn't spread right away, because the Otogirisou seemed to be freshly picked. But at this rate, we'll either burn the fabric in the coffin, or consume all of the oxygen. I have to put it out. I tried to put it out by rolling my body over it. I realized I might be able to cut my ropes with it. I brought my wrists close. I clenched my teeth and squirmed my body in the cramped coffin. Come on, cut already. Yes! I flipped up the lid. Oh, you fool. The door was closed and neither Naomi or Nami were there. I looked at the window and the curtains were burning. Naomi was probably trying to burn me 2 times over. I quickly undid the ropes at my feet and jumped at the door. Please open already! But it was locked from the outside. It wouldn't budge. I looked around the room but found nothing besides the coffin. Black smoke rose from the blazing curtain, which began to scorch the ceiling. The smoke would envelop me if I didn't get out of here. I dragged the coffin to the door, stood it up a little, and kicked it down as hard as I could. The hinges split. The door opened. Nami! Neither of them were in the hallway. Where did they go? I opened the door in front of me. Holy shit! The instant I opened the door, something grazed by the tip of my nose. I looked down, and the armor's axe was on the ground. Was it set up to fly out when I opened the door? If I'd gone in any sooner, I would have died. I have to be careful. I looked into the room, but nobody was inside. The axe might be useful for something, so I picked it up. I didn't know what kind of traps were set on the doors, so I shouldn't open them recklessly. But I had a general idea of where Nami and Naomi went. That unopenable room I tried to enter earlier but couldn't. When I first tried to enter it, Nami was strangely frightened. They're definitely there. I had a good feeling about this. I heard a voice as I approached the room. As expected, it was from that room that wouldn't open. I stood at the door and stealthily peeked into the keyhole. Naomi was forced to sit right in front of the door. Before I knew it, Naomi had also made her change into the same white dress as her. Her hair was pinned up and pulled back. Naomi looked awake now, but she was gagged and bound to a chair with rope. It looked like someone else was sitting next to Naomi, but I couldn't see well because Naomi blocked my view. She was standing at a wooden desk and mixing some kind of medicine. It seemed powerful. White smoke rose as she mixed it. I quietly grabbed and turned the knob, but it was locked from inside. Well, we can be real twins now. Nami, look at Mother, won't you? Naomi moved a little. Sitting next to Nami was that mummy. Just as I thought, that mummy was their mother. Naomi put the medicine into a flask and brought it to Nami's face. Nami frantically turned her face away. Just one moment. Naomi tilted the flask, and Nami shook her head to avoid it. A drop of the medicine spilled out onto the back of the chair. A thick white smoke rose as it made contact. No, it's for your own good. Nami held down Nami's face with her left hand. Nami's eyes were overflowing with tears. Don't cry. It'll only hurt for a moment. And it'll be fine. I smashed the door with the axe. Stop it! I threw the axe at Naomi. Gah! Avoiding the axe threw her off balance. She accidentally spilled the medicine onto the mummy's face. Before my eyes, the mummy's face dissolved. Oh no, Mother! Mother's face began to fluster Naomi out of the corner of my eye. I hurried to undo Nami's robes. Art-san! Nami! There was a loud sound as the room violently shook. The flames from earlier might have ignited somewhere. How dare you! How dare you do this to my mother! Naomi glared at me with the eyes of a lunatic. Let's get out of here. I took Nami's hand and went out into the hallway. We heard another explosion. The entire mansion shook unstably. We nearly tumbled down the stairs into the entrance hall. We can't get out this way. We can't get out this way. It'll be okay. I tightly grasped the axe. Then fire spouted out from the floor. Oh no, we can't get to the door. Nami, stand back. I slammed the axe into the water tank. But what came out wasn't water. When was it replaced? I saw some kind of big black mass sloppily ooze out and spread out into the whole floor. Snakes! What? What do you mean you replaced the aquarium with snakes? A huge nest of snakes. Avoiding the flames they approached, it separated us in an instant. Art-san! Damn it. These snakes are poisonous. Nami, get out through the rear exit in that hallway there. I'll get out from the terrace here, so let's meet in the backyard. This is a bad idea. I think Naomi is gonna swap places with Nami. They're dressed identical. Their hair is identical. Their face is identical. Oh no. I'm sure you'll come. Nami said that and ran away into the hallway. Why can't we just go together? Oh my god. I immediately opened the door from the entrance to the backyard terrace and ran through a pitch black passage. Nami! I got out to the stairs on the terrace and turned to the mansion's back door. Nami should come out from there, but fire was spouting out from in front of the basement with a boiler. Oh, that explosion was from the boiler room. The boiler room was right next to the washroom, so Nami should pass by it. Is she okay? She still hasn't come out. I ran to the back exit. I ran past the kitchen window. She still hasn't come out. I ran past the washroom window. The door Nami was supposed to come out from wasn't open. Nami! Nami! I passed by the red-hot boiler room. When I got to the concrete landing at the back exit, I finally opened the iron door. As if she was leaning on the door, Nami came out. Nami! I caught her in my arms when she collapsed onto the landing. Nami, pull yourself together. The mansion was already on fire all over the place. Window glass was practically bursting open. I carried Nami on my back and took refuge in the greenhouse. Even when we got to the greenhouse, Nami was limp with fatigue. I laid her down in a grassy area and continued calling her name in her ear. Nami, it's okay now. We survived. Before long, she slowly opened her eyes. Nami, thank goodness. I hugged her. I turned around. Through the darkness of the night, the mansion flared a bright red. Suddenly, Nami stood up and faced the mansion. Nami. Then the burning mansion made a loud sound as it collapsed. I heard a distinctly familiar scream from within those flames. Art-san! It can't be. Nami slowly looked back and brushed up her bangs. On her forehead. No. They swapped. Nami was burning in the mansion. Yo! Holy hell, I actually got chills. That's how it ends? Damn, dude. Oh my god. I don't get why we couldn't have come out in the same way, but... Alright, so that was loop 1. I wonder which ending this is, if they tell us. Thank you, all you guys, for your hard work. Nagasaka, Asano, Yamazaki, Suzuki. The art direction is really good. Like, I think it like amplifies it so much that, you know, you don't get to see the characters and stuff. You can fill the blanks yourself. I think part of horror should always be like your imagination filling the blanks. Mitsumada. Oh. The OST is so spooky. Yeah, how do you guys feel about it? Do you like it? I'm like thrilled to finally be able to play this. I hope Kamaitachi Tachi no Yoru gets the same treatment someday. The next game that Chunsoft made. I wonder if I should end the stream here. I know it's like short, but I want to do more like short streams, like more like stream more consistently, but at the sacrifice of doing shorter streams. I haven't drawn in a long time, so I want to get back to that as well. And in order to do that, I have to sacrifice some stream time. Koichi Nakamura, the previous CEO of Chunsoft, guy of all time. 1992. Oh my god. Before most people were born. It's crazy to think about. Okay, now that I know like the history and lore behind the mansion, I'm definitely a lot less scared, which is a good thing, because then I can continue playing it without being afraid. Now that I know it's a crazy sister. But that's just one of many possibilities. I don't know how much the story changes depending on what actions you select, so we'll see. What do I do? It just says end. How do I save the game? Actually, let me look up. Is there a walkthrough for this? I'm hoping there is, but it might be possible there isn't one. Made in 2023. Oh. You you only need to see 10 endings to see the pink bookmark. Oh. It takes 30 endings to see the gold bookmark. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. What the hell am I supposed to do on the screen? Do I have to reboot the game? Like, is it one of those? Let me look. It didn't say anything about it. This guide that I found is surprisingly simple. Otogirisou. Let me see if someone else has a walker playthrough. This person played it for 3 hours about. This person only played wait, this person who played it got try again. But mine says end. I wonder like what's the difference? Let's see. I'm looking at another playthrough. Did they get the end? This person got try again as well. What makes it so different? Oh, interesting. This person played it a year ago. And they're on the second playthrough. Try again. What? Let's see. Let's see their first playthrough. This is a lot harder to figure out than I thought. Yeah, this person, they got try again the first playthrough. Yeah, I think this is probably one of those games where I have to restart the console. Why do they do that? Just send me back to the screen. I'll make a save state, just in case. Gonna reload the game. And it better show like second loop or something on the bookmark. So spooky. Okay, so it does show 37. What does that mean? What do the numbers mean? I need like an Otogirisou expert to explain. Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Nakamura-san revealed what inspired him to create Otogirisou. Right. So the director of Chunsoft was dating a girl, and he showed her Dragon Quest, and she didn't know what to do. She thought it was too complicated and it wasn't fun. So he set out to try and design a game that would be easy for someone to play. Like if someone couldn't get into Dragon Quest, you know. It's very interesting. Wait, what the heck is the Resurrection Edition? Oh, wait, there's like an updated version on PlayStation? What? I'm assuming only this version is translated. Oh. It lets you like swap your POV so you can see what Nami is up to. Interesting. Interesting. It's like the precursor to Machi. I really want to play that game. Alright, so that was our first ending. Um, it seems like that was the Twins Curse ending. That's what I believe. Or is it the Burning? I don't know. It doesn't say, right? Yeah, I don't think it tells you what ending you got. So, I know it's a short stream, but I think we'll end it here. I want to do more short streams that are less taxing on me every now and then. So I think a good place to stop. Let's find someone to raid, and we'll head out. Definitely going to see this through to the end. So there will be more Otogirisou in the future. And since we played through a route, it'll be a lot faster going through it since we can skip a lot of the dialogue we've seen before. At least that's what I'm hoping. Maybe it won't be. That I can only handle so much horror at once. So I'll raid Zombie. They're playing Danganronpa. I only found them today. There's like someone playing Danganronpa in the year of our Lord, 2025. I followed them from I found them from from following solely rating them. I was watching them earlier, and I'm surprised that they're still going on. So that's cool. It's not their first rodeo with Danganronpa though. They're it seems like they're a long time fan of the series. All right. That being said, hope you guys have fun hanging out over there. That'll be it for me. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'm going to try and bring back movie Mondays. We're gonna watch Sanjuro, the sequel to Yojimbo, which is the last movie we watched like a month ago, I think. At this point, um, Yojimbo was the precursor to all the spaghetti western films. It's the what is it? Fistful of Dollars is a remake of Yojimbo, and I personally thought Yojimbo was an incredible film. Definitely understandable why um it's so heavily like remade and copied. It's super like influential. I definitely understood like why it is the way it is, and Kurosawa is like a genius, and I'm excited to see more of that. With that being said, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please take care of yourselves. Um, go take care of yourselves if you need to. Uh, After if you've been sitting on in front of your desk for a while, uh, take care. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, have a great rest of the week. Uh, Please think about supporting me. It really helps a lot. Otherwise, shit.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male.